How's it going, D's Country Cocktail Lounge? How y'all doing? Yeah. It's Monday. You made it. You made it through Monday. It's a celebration. Oh, man. Had some great bluegrass. We got some great barbecue. We got some great beer over at the bar. Be sure to tip your bartenders. And this is the Madison Guild. This is the Monday night songwriter showcase that they established here at D's when it opened. Somebody different hosts every week, and this week you're stuck with me. My name's John Latham. I'm a singer-songwriter here in town. And when they ask us to host, we get to cherry pick a couple people that we want to showcase for y'all. Show to the community some new faces, some old faces, hopefully some stuff that really touches your heart. They can play some new songs for you. That sound cool? All right. Well, this next guy here, I got to be honest, this is my first time seeing him live. But but I'll tell you, I met him. My wife and I threw a Friendsgiving this past Thanksgiving, and had a bunch of our favorite kind of floating souls here in Nashville come over to our house for a Thanksgiving dinner. And our friend Jade brought this wonderful guy to our house. He's a real sweetheart of a dude. He really kind of just showed that he's a great human being, and he's a great songwriter as well. It's his first time ever playing at D's, so please make him welcome, our good friend, Mr. Brad Hoshaw. Give it up, everybody.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much, John. There's a man at the end of the bar who fills up his heart with gin, and every night he follows me home, and we wake up alone again. Oh, what a lonesome fool. Oh, what a lonesome fool. There's a girl who works at the bar, knows what he needs by heart, and though she tries, she cannot catch his eye. His gaze has grown too far. She cries, oh, what a lonesome fool. 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 Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. My name is Brad Hoshaw, and I just moved to Nashville about 7 months ago. This is a real pleasure to be performing here tonight. Thank you for having me, John. Will on sound. So this is the first and only song I've written about Nashville so far. It's called Music City Sunset. City glass catching lights from the sinking sun. Street lights flicker and come on one by one. Music City sunset, don't you forget us yet. Music City sunset, we still got something left. Music City sunset, we still believe in it, don't go down yet. Summer songs bleed together from the Broadway bars, different from the ones we remember when the town was ours. Crawling crowds coming down just to hear the sound. The sound of a city with its heart turning inside out. Music City sunset, don't you forget us yet. Music City sunset, we still got something left. Music City sunset, we still believe in it, don't go down yet. Down yet, sunset. Not yet, sunset. Shadows stretch across the ground, then they disappear. You can beg for the sun all you want, but the night is here. Music City sunset, don't you forget us yet. Music City sunset, we still believe in it. Music City sunset, we still believe in it, don't go down yet. Oh, Music City sunset, Music City sunset, Music City sunset, don't go down yet. Not yet, sunset. Not yet, sunset. Don't you forget us yet. Thanks so much. So I just moved from Northern California, and from a small little town of population 600 called McCollum Hill. And about 5 minutes down the road was the McCollum River, where I'd go every Sunday and just kind of sit by the river and think about what I wanted to do with my life, plan my next week, reflect on the previous week. And a lot of those days I was sitting by the river, I was thinking about Nashville. So this is a tune about those kinds of moments down at the river. It's called Whiskey River Serenade. When the sun dropped low and its amber glow turned the river into liquid gold, a star-filled sky was a candlelight. Your hand slipped softly into mine. In the Whiskey River Serenade, we found our love, we found our way. When the river sang her sweet refrain, we found our love, we found our way. Swept away by our thirsty eyes. We let go of times that made us cry. In the basking breeze, neath the ginkgo trees, a moment carved into memory. In the Whiskey River serenade, we found our love, we found our way. When the river sang her sweet refrain, we found our love, we found our way. We found our love, we found our way. Like rivers twist and rivers bend, we'll never be the same again. In the Whiskey River serenade, we found our love, we found our way. When the river sang her sweet refrain, we found our love, we found our way. We found our love, we found our way. In the Whiskey River serenade. Thank you. I'd like to thank Will. Is he around right now? Thank you. This is the time to maybe stop the thing. Yeah, thank you. So, y'all, I'm going to do a brand new song for you. This is just one that since I've moved here, and so to be on the stage means a lot. Thank you so much for being a great audience, too. This is a tune off of one of my older records. Just about appreciating the little moments in life and the people you're with. It's called Hillside. Sitting on a one-way, I had a long day waiting for my yellow to turn red. Thinking how the last day ended the same way, praying that my soul will soon be fed. But some may say to take a long vacation, but I don't need to run away from life. All I need is an hour here with you, sitting on a hillside, sitting on a hillside. Sitting on a one-way, I had a long day waiting for my yellow to turn red. But red is never meant to stay, for I'm a rebel, working for the devil in a cubicle. Now some may say to take a long vacation, but I don't need to run away from life. All I need is an hour here with you, sitting on a hillside, sitting on a hillside, lighting it up, sitting on a hillside, sitting on a hillside, lighting it up, sitting on a hillside, lighting it up, sitting on a hillside. But some may say to take a long vacation, but I don't need to run away from life. All I need is an hour here with you, sitting on a hillside, sitting on a hillside, lighting it up, 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 ooh. Sitting on a hillside, lighting it up, sitting on a hillside. Thank you. Thanks so much. This has been a lot of fun, and I do have, I brought merch, which I know nobody does that in Nashville, but I did bring some vinyl, CDs, t-shirts, stickers, all this stuff here, just because I'm so new to town. Maybe, you never know. But I'm going to do one more song. It's called New Tattoo. This is kind of a favorite of a few folks. Oh, I wrote this with a good friend of mine, Brooks West, who lives here in Nashville, and a couple other songwriters. Darling, I'm getting a new tattoo. It's the last time that I will think of you. So tell me, how do you think you'll feel when I carve your name beneath my heel. Darling, don't you make no mistake. Our love was only below the waist. So don't ask who I was thinking of. The last time you thought we made love. One foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. Darling, I'm gonna make you hurt. Grinding this blood into the dirt. And each day I'm gonna watch you fade as I drag you down the path I take. One foot in front of the other, 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 one foot in front of the other. Darling, I'm getting a new tattoo. So last time that I will think of you. So tell me, how do you think you'll feel when I carve your name beneath my heel? Gonna carve your name beneath my heel. Thank you again. My name is Brad Hoshaw. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Another hand for Brad Hoshaw, everybody. As he said, he's got some merch over here. Never know. You never know. We should all bring merch to shows. I was just too damn lazy, but, you know, nothing wrong with it. So go check out his stuff. If you like what you hear, too, we got a tip jar up here. Support some local songwriters. Support some local musicians. For those of y'all out in streaming land as well, we got a Venmo set up for that, too. Coming up after we just kind of switch over here, my good buddy Todd Farrell Jr. will be up here. So just stick around. We'll get that going like super, super quick. And we're back. I feel I am that asshole who just cut Tom Petty off, and I feel very. I know. So blame me. This is how we're gonna go. But again, another hand for Brad Hoshaw for kicking it off tonight. Thank y'all for coming to D's. Again, they got some barbecue going. It smells amazing. I'm doing intermittent fasting, so it's really like it's putting me through hell right now. But also, anything you need at the bar, they're going to take care of you. You take care of them, and just enjoy your time at D's. Next up, that was a new friend of ours, Brad was, and this is an old friend of mine. Not too long after I moved to town, back in 2013, which seems like a lifetime ago, I was doing a bunch of open mics at this place that no longer exists called Belcourt Taps. I had a friend there named Eli Rhodes, who at the time was playing in this little band called Todd Farrell Jr. and the Dirty Birds. And I loved his stuff so much that I checked out this band he was with, and I knew right off the bat with a title like All Our Heroes Live in Vans, I knew he was my type of guy. And so I've seen this guy play great solo acoustic sets. I've seen him rock out with bands like Two Cow Garage, Benchmarks. I believe he just did like a string of shows playing guitar with Will Hogue, if I'm not mistaken. So he's a great guitar player, great singer-songwriter, great dude. As he says on his T-shirt that he never made, he may be too punk for dads and too dad for punk, somewhere between the two. Please give it up for my good friend, Mr. Todd Farrell Jr., everybody.
Thank you, John. I lost my voice like 3 days ago in Texas, and that's the only time I'm going to talk about it. I don't like making excuses. Play like a champion, right? But I am playing hurt. So. Up only so that I don't get lonely with things that I don't need. Accepting offers cause I'd like to move it quickly. Call or text the number at the bottom of your screen. And there's a pointy guitar that I played at Spring Water that time when Goose caught on fire when Arsis came to town. Some blood stains from the small stage at the old masquerade, long before they tore that old building to the ground. New listing, local pickup only, so that I don't get lonely with things I don't need. Accepting offers, cause I'd like to move it quickly. Call or text the number at the bottom of your screen. And there's a 98 Econoline, new locks from that one time when St. Louis stole all of our shit. 250,000 miles and a few loose scratch-off tickets from a few loose scratch-off states hiding under the bench. New listing, local pickup only, so that I don't get lonely with things I don't need. Accepting offers, cause I'd like to move it quickly. Call or text the number at the bottom of your screen. And when your bumper sticker peels off the green room door and your bass player finally sells the van to a young power trio with a down payment and a dream, but ain't nobody else know where it's been. And they'll cross some state lines, hit some toll roads and traffic, and apologize for load-in times missed. And they'll break down and get robbed and play some lousy shows, trying so hard to just exist. So we sing our songs when it feels like no one's listening, feels like we might as well be ghosts. We forget better stories than most people will ever know. But will anybody else remember those? Redacted from the news feed so that I can tell my stories of all the things I've seen, accepting solace with myself and with my history. Call or text the number if you'd like to grab a drink. Thank you. Playing everything down at a Capo Zero tonight. Appreciate y'all's patience though, except for this one, because I love John, and John deserves to hear a song he knows. This one's off that record in 2023 called All Our Heroes Live in Vans, but it's not that song. Sometimes I wait for you in places where we might get to speak, and we can talk a while about the weather. And you probably don't notice how I hang on every breath in a prayer that I just might say something clever. Because there's things I'd like to tell you, and there's things that I'd like to know, but tonight we'll have to settle for movies and records. Cause everything that I can say has been said by better men before, and I can't bear the thought to give you lesser. And I don't need to find my place in those songs they wrote. I just want to find my way into your liner notes. Should have went down on it. So in a few clever lines, repetition and a rhyme, alliteration and some subtle imagery, see your face 1,000 times in every song that they could write, configuration of my heart stitched on their sleeve. And I don't need to find my place in those songs they wrote. I just want to find my way into your liner notes. One day I'll bring poets and prophets from their feet into the ground. Until then, see you around. So if you think my feet are dragging, or I'm fumbling on my words, or my balance seems a little less than sturdy, please don't let it be off-putting. I'm just running through my head for a few good words for you that could be worthy. Could be worthy. And I don't need to find my place in those songs they wrote. I just want to find my way into your liner notes. Your liner notes. Thanks. Thank you, John. Gonna get rid of that thing for the rest of the night, probably. I've recently, usually you can find me playing guitar for other people, but as you can tell, I do write songs myself. I just got back from Texas, where I buried my grandma, and that's not to be a bummer thing on the whole thing, but it made me think a lot about death, and it made me think a lot about seasonal allergies in specific parts of the country, as you can tell. So this song's about both those things. Bradford pear. Looks like spring but smells like death. Trees they sway and wind carries it your way. He mutters something under your breath. And I know they don't belong here, but frankly, brother, neither do we. Conflicting theses, invasive species line the highways far as we can see. When I was a boy, some friends went off to fight a war. Some didn't go and still met their end back home in scraps of metal thrown about the floor. And I know they still belong here, bitching about the smell of springtime trees. Acceptable losses, plastic crosses line the highways far as we can see. See the Bradford pear, just like us bending to the wind's will. We dig our heels in through every season, always going and dying on some hill. And I know we all belong here, trying to do the best that we can do. Boughs unbending through winter's ending, hold until our faded flowers bloom. Thanks. All right, we'll lighten it up a little bit. Chords and words and hearts on sleeves, verse, chorus, verse, repeat. I'm bored from the monotony. Another song about the sad bar band playing at the sad bar, singing about being a sad bar band playing at the sad bar. We've taken nostalgia too far. A little less feigned altruism, a little more escapism. To break out of the algorithm, I want to start a black and death metal band. Thrash riffs, breakneck speed, a logo like a pile of leaves. Just let my brain be free. Another song about like a wizard fighting a dragon on a mountainside, and more cool shit like that. And like a kick-ass two-handed tapping guitar solo. Make it fast cause the clock is ticking. Corpse paint and double kicking. Blast beats and tremolo picking. I wanna start a black and death metal band. Like Necrophobic, or Sacramentum, or Dissection, but no Nazis. Tune my guitar down to C-sharp standard, or lower tonight. Let my voice sound like Muppets angered. Dress my stage with skulls and antlers. I want to start a black and death metal band. I want to start a black and death metal band. I want to start a black and death metal band. I want to start a black and death metal band. I want to start a black and death metal band. Thank you. See what we got going on here. I think I can probably muscle through 2 more. This is another older one. So I gotta remember how it goes. Was a restless Sunday evening in December, just like the kind I feared for my whole life. And I was strumming home from some dingy tavern about the time he asked for you to be his wife. And to be honest, I didn't think too much about it, and I knew this day would come. To be fair, struck me that it didn't strike me quite so hard. If I feel it, don't know where. But nothing's really wrong, just never been alone for quite this long. Take it one day at a time, convincing myself everything's just fine. I'm just fine. Well, Julie dyed her hair and went off the deep end. Sometimes I think I see her around town. And Katie, she still lives down in Georgia. I still call her when there's no one around. And me, I play guitar in dingy taverns, just like I've always wanted my whole life. And I never feel alone on the road, only when I come back home late at night. But nothing's really wrong, just never been alone for quite this long. Take it one day at a time, convincing myself everything's just fine. Days and weeks turn into years, but I don't spend my night in tears. I just wake my ass up tomorrow. It's a big old world out there, don't wanna miss it before I go. Yeah, nothing's really wrong, just never been alone for quite this long. I take it one year at a time, convincing myself everything's just fine. Convincing myself everything's alright. Convincing myself everything's just fine. Thank you, friends. I'm gonna do one more. It's a newer one. Appreciate you guys hanging in there with me with this whole situation going on. There's a lot of good banter about laryngitis, but I forgot all of it when I got here, so you didn't get any of the good jokes. This song's about kind of like this tale of 2 lives that I've been able to lead. I got to do all the really fun punk rock van stuff for a long time, and then I got married and I had children, and then COVID happened. And kind of on the other side of it now, in a space where I get to do it for the joy of it. And it's not lost on me that not everybody gets to do that. And so I'm very thankful for any opportunity to stand on any stage with a guitar and a microphone. So thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to me. stumble through all this. But I appreciate you guys. We'll never get away with this, not if they have anything to do about it. This isn't going anywhere, and the sooner we understand that, the better. We're just happy anyone's still here. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next year. We're never gonna get out of here. Might as well just make do the best we can. At least we're having fun for now. How many can say the same? We're just happy anyone's still here. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next year. These jean jacket tax brackets making racket in our strata caskets. A new revival, dead on arrival. Self-denial, we've been here a while. Let me surrender, return to sender. This break and bender, this long December. My eyes are open, my lungs are choking, my heart's unbroken. I'm letting hope in, and I'm just happy that anyone's still here. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next year. We're just happy anyone's still here. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next year. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next year. Hey, thank you guys so much. My name's Todd Farrell Jr. I live here in Nashville, Tennessee. And I'll see you next time. Thank you, John. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Dees. This is a wonderful place, and I appreciate y'all very much.
Thank you so much. Todd Farrell Jr., T-ball coach to the stars. Sliding in on a bum knee just like Sid Bream. Taking home the gold. Well, that was awesome. We got coming up after this little quick changeover. My and yours favorite Canuck, Mr. Nick Nace, is going to come up and do some songs, tell some stories. So again, get some barbecue, tip the songwriters, tip your bartenders, stick around. We'll have a few more songs for you coming up right after this. We're good, okay. And we're back. Everybody still doing good out there at D's Country Cocktail Lounge tonight? All right. Another big hand for Todd Farrell Jr. for really playing through. Man, I know how that feels when you can't find your voice, but you found it anyway, and he did great. Coming up here during this next act, I'm going to come around with this little tip jar and be my own little whore and just get some money for these songwriters. We can figure out what I got to do for you, but I'll be sure to bring the tip jar around. And what can I say about this guy that I haven't already said before? Let me try it this way.
Oh, okay.
In the history of great Canadian acts, you think of Rush, you think of the Guess Who, you think of the Tragically Hip, you think of Gordon Lightfoot, you think of Anne Murray. I'd like to think that this guy is to Rush and the Tragically Hip is as Gordon Lightfoot is to Anne Murray. Yeah, that works. A longtime friend of mine, a real good friend of mine. How good do you ask? He had me officiate his wedding because I was that cheap. And
That's right.
yeah, he could have gotten better, but the budget wasn't there. And no, truth be told, he's one of my favorite guys in town. We were roommates for a very, very long time. We've slowly grown into not so crotchety old men. We laugh a lot.
Yeah.
We've worked on 2 records together.
Yes.
He's a great dude. He's a great songwriter, great storyteller. Everybody give it up for my good friend and yours, Mr. Nick Nace.
Oh, thank you. D's. Oh, my God. It's like coming back to, I don't know, college when I come to D's. I feel like a really weird, awesome college. I didn't go to college, so I guess this is my equivalent. All right, I'm gonna sing some folk songs for you. This one's called "There's No Music in Music City." A guitar case in the corner, covered thick with dust. The country singer's voice turning red with rust. There's a big and empty tip jar sitting high up on a shelf. One penny in the bottom, feeling sorry for itself. And the neon lights have gone dark, the honky-tonks have shut their doors. There's no music in Music City, there's no music anymore. The jukebox is something, something, a broken heart, I reckon. The cowboy boots are crying, there ain't been no two-stepping. The pearl snap shirts are sickly, the belt buckle's blue. The pedal steels are lonesome without their lonesome tunes. And the neon lights have gone dark. The honky-tonks have shut their doors. There's no music in Music City. There's no music anymore. Broadway's quiet and deserted. You could almost hear a mouse blowing a little blues harp in the walls of this madhouse. No one's singing at the Opry. The rhyming's head is warm, and the wind moans like Hank Williams, bringing one hell of a storm. And the neon lights have gone dark, the The honky tonks have shut their doors. There's no music in Music City. There's no music anymore. There's no music in Music City. There's no music anymore. Something like that. Just go something like that. All right. I'm going to try some new stuff out. I'm originally, as John said, I'm originally from Canada. So I've been like slowly working on this. It's not like really a theme. It's not like a concept record, but all of the songs are Canada themed, set in Canada. That's called a concept record. I guess, but it's not like one character. There's not like a pinball wizard or anything. So, well, maybe so. So there's a bunch of Canada themed. So yeah, a bunch of Canada themed songs, and this one is one of them. And has anyone here been to Newfoundland? It's a pretty deep cut. I don't know. Have you been to Newfoundland? It's a pretty wild and awesome place. And I went out there last spring, and I bought this book by this Newfoundland author named Thomas Hines, and it's about this story about this guy who commits a crime and then tries to get, because Canada is the mainland, which I didn't realize till I was in Newfoundland that we are the mainland, and so he's trying to it's an island, big rock in the sea, and he's trying to escape and get to the mainland, and I was like, that's a great idea for a song, so I took his idea and then made it into a folk song. I'm headed for the mainland. Chaos fanning out behind. That poor fella's blood and guts all over the pork rinds. This ferry's rocking gently, and I'm falling off to sleep. There won't be no more bad dreams when I get to Lake Louise. And on the run they called it, and I've been running ever since. The waves are black and ugly, all the money turned to piss. North Sydney by the morning, I'll leave them all across the sea. No one will ever find me when I get to Lake Louise. Julie Massey's living round there. I got this postcard years ago. The blue, it looks electric. All the mountains thick with snow. I see her standing by the water, as fresh as a mountain stream. I hope she can forgive me when I get to Lake Louise. The ferry's rocking gently, my head's ripping at the seams, and it'll all be different it'll all be different. It'll all be different when I get to Lake Louise. Oh, thank you. That was called Lake Louise. Canada's a big place, so it's you know, I feel like the Canada theme album is a little bit of a niche. You know, unless you're the Tragically Hip or something. Canadiana, as they call it. I'm gonna try this one. I never played it, I don't think, for anybody, so this could, you know, no apologies. You don't apologize for rock and roll, you know what I'm saying? But but this could go poorly, this could go wonderfully. We'll see. I could never play it again. I don't really know. The store on the corner has been closed for years. They tore out the gas pumps a long time ago. The cars passed by and then disappeared, going fast where life moves slow. I'd ride my bike to buy milk from my mother and try to sneak a few peeks at those dirty magazines. Cigarettes and Lotto, there, bread and butter, Lady Luck pumping gasoline. It's the kind of place where not much changes. The corn still gets high and the winters are cold, but the houses I knew are filled with strangers, and the corner stores are not here anymore. The sign that says sorry, we're closed. Kick at the dust, and I watch the cars pass. Their tires make love to the bend in the road, and they don't seem to care what belongs to the past. Like a corner store that's not here anymore. The sign says sorry, like a corner store that's not here anymore. The sign says sorry, we're closed. They still play ball in the heat of the summer, and the flies still buzz against the screen windows. In the distance, heat lightning and a crack of thunder, and a store on a corner that's closed. That's about the store on a corner in the little village where I'm from. And when I was a kid, it used to be quite like a happening little spot. And you go there and you like peek at the dirty magazines, or you buy some bubble gum or whatever you want to do. It's been closed for a long time now, like a lot of that stuff in small towns. This one has a story, but it's pretty much in the song, so it feels redundant to tell that and then tell you it all again. So. This is called the Starlight Tour. I wrote it with Rod Pycott, and he was kind enough to make it the title track of his new album, so that's pretty awesome. So. She said he was my daddy, but I ain't so sure. Might have been just another bad night's cured. He was good to my mama in the liquor store, but he don't come around here no more. Habits come cheap and sinking hard. A car on blocks in a frostbit yard, and you can't escape the skin you're in. A walking reminder of another man's sin. It's a dirty needle, it's a broken glass. Don't make much difference, can't change the past. The future's a ghost, that's for goddamn sure. Another man gone on the Starlight Tour. The city lights were moving farther away. Officer isn't downtown the other way. Silence filled the car under a diamond sky. A crackle of the radio, their only reply. Like it's a crime being drunk and brown and poor. Cops around here have found a cure. It's a dirty needle, it's a broken glass. Don't make much difference, can't change the past. The future's a ghost, that's for goddamn sure. Another man gone on the Starlight Tour. Car doors slammed in the bright moonlight. A flash of fist and a black Meg light. The taste of blood in the cold hard ice. You don't take the Starlight Tour twice. It's a dirty needle, it's a broken glass. Don't make much difference, can't change the past. The future's a ghost, that's for goddamn sure. Another man gone on the Starlight Tour. Another man gone on the Starlight Tour. Another man gone. Oh, thank you, thank you. This is continuing that was a Canada one. Those last two were Canada ones. This is another Canada one. This is one, oh, excuse me. This one's about, wanting something that is just in your head, and maybe it's not really that great, but maybe it is. You just never really know. It's springtime and the water is high again. The tumbleweeds knocking on your front door. The fence line stretches to the horizon, and I've made it as far as the general store. All my life I've dreamed of the mountains, a little place on top of a hill. I dream of living up there in the mountains and finding you in the foothills. If I stand on my tiptoes, I can practically see you, and you look just like my sweet memory. It's as if you're right here beside me, running like a storm through the winter weed. All my life I've dreamed of the mountains, little place on top of a hill. I dream of living up there in the mountains, finding you in the foothills. The sky's so big, sometimes it scares me. The wind rattles my eyes and straightens my hair. And there was nowhere to hide when it all went badly. There's nothing but nothing between here and there. All my life, all my life, all my life I've dreamed of the mountains, finding you in the foothills, finding you in the foothills. Oh, thanks. I guess I got like one more. This one, I don't know, like, if there's any Canadians here, but hockey is not, it's pretty damn close. You know, the dice could have rolled either way on that one. Yeah, hockey is real. It's a real thing up there. I knew a lot of guys in high school that thought they were going to be in the NHL, and you know, you didn't quite get there, but it's tough. And then when I moved to New York City, you know, when I was 18, I lived down there. And I knew this guy who would come into the bar I hung out at, and he was the only other Canadian in the bar, and he was a professional hockey player, but he wasn't in the NHL. So he would come in every night after his games and just get fucked up, and his knees were bad. And this song is loosely based on that guy. It's called "He Used to Skate Just Like Wayne Gretzky." He comes in every night to get his bad knees feeling right after a few Crown Royals and Sprite. He used to skate just like Wayne Gretzky. Slap shots on a frozen pond, as graceful as a winter swan out on the ice before dawn. He used to skate just like Wayne Gretzky. The game plays on without him. It used to have that new car smell, till he threw every penny, till he didn't have any. Threw 'em down that old wish wishing well. And the crowds came to watch him fly. His helmet stretched another size, and the old scout said with surprise, that kid can skate just like Wayne Gretzky. The game plays on without him. It used to have that new car smell, till he threw every penny, till he didn't have any, threw 'em down that old wishing well. But up there in the minor leagues, he got knocked around and hurt his knees, and it was pretty hard to see. He used to skate just like Wayne Gretzky. Game plays on without him. It used to have that new car smell, till he threw every penny, till he didn't have any, threw 'em down that old, threw 'em down that old, threw 'em down that old wishing well. All right, Nick, my name's Nick Nace. Thanks for listening to my Canadian songs. You all have a good night.
That's Nick Nace, everybody. All right, one last changeover. Beauty before age in all these categories, so y'all stick around. I'm going to play a couple. I'm sorry in advance. Yeah, we'll be right back with you. All right. So here we are. The grand finale of Middling Obscurity. Seriously, though, a big thanks to Will on sound tonight. Give it up for Will. Making all those guys sound good and me sound bearable. Big thanks to Dee's Country Cocktail Lounge for hosting the Madison Guild all these years. If this is your first time here, you've never been to the Madison Guild before, every Monday night they got another songwriter hosting. They bring up a bunch of other folks you might not have heard of, trying out some new stuff, playing some old stuff. Just a neighborhood songwriters hang, the way we do it if nobody was listening anyway. So another hand for Brad Hoshaw, Todd Farrell Jr., and Nick Nace, who sang for you earlier. Again, my name is John Latham. Thanks for sticking with us. For all of y'all who tipped, in the words of Robert Tilton, the Lord's gonna bless you, I promise. Does God look down on his works like some gentle luthier, setting souls adrift on fragile vessels made of earth and air? Do we live up to his image, or do we just make him sick till he cast us to the cosmos just to see if we will stick? Shining gold, a smelling shit, I'm glad to be a part of it. If this isn't where I fit, I'll twist until I bend. Here at the end of the beginning of the beginning of the end, at the end of the beginning of the end. We're all lost in bad translation, and nobody knows the way. You can't count on any miracles when you're busy counting days. As for me, I let the TV tell me who there is to blame. Now I know that sanctuary and isolation aren't the same. Found in faith, I'm lost in doubt. There's nothing left to figure out. All there is to talk about is what we might have been. Here at the end of the beginning of the beginning of the end, at the end of the beginning of the end. We call that the Pete Townsend chord. It goes like. And if you want to get quirky, you go. We're the victims of the system, or a string of circumstance. If we wake up to tomorrow, then at least we have a chance to make best of what's been given and remember what is gone, 'cause each disaster looks more beautiful at the break of a brand new dawn. And I can see it. Thank y'all so much. Sitting there, when I went around getting tips earlier, went over to the bar and I realized I always check when I go over to the bar and see what movie they're showing tonight on the TV. You know it's a good night if Roadhouse is on. You know, anybody here not seen Roadhouse? Everybody? Great. So you know it should win Best Picture at the Oscars every year, right? I feel like we've come to a consensus. I think we could solve world peace at this point. Just show Roadhouse to everybody. I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me. Yeah, man, but Sam Elliott's cool as shit. Let's see, what do I want to do? Oh, I know what I want to do. All right. So my friend Van Darian was supposed to be here tonight to play some songs with us too. And I want to send this out to her. Also this week in the songwriting community, we lost Malcolm Holcomb, who was amazing. And just recently, we lost Mojo Nixon. So I'm sending this out to Van Darian, Malcolm Holcomb, and Mojo Nixon. That's I wrote this one with Brian Wright. When a light like that goes out, it casts a crueler shadow on all you gotta live without. When a light like that goes out, when a light like that goes out, fades without a flicker. The darkness seems much thicker when a light like that goes out. I could see just fine most of the time. Loneliness will strike you blind to the beauty you can only hide behind a doubt. When a light like that goes out, when a light like that goes out, the sun sets without warning, seems darker the next morning. When a light like that goes out, when a light like that goes out, time stops without trying. You won't see me crying when a light like that goes out. I could see just fine most of the time. Loneliness can strike you blind to the beauty you can only find behind your doubts. When a light like that goes out, like you're blind to the beauty you can only find behind your doubts. When a light like that goes out, see a song and hope to listen, but you know something's missing. When a light like that goes out. 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 Peyton, you want to come up here? Peyton? You can be right there if you want. This is my friend Peyton Parker.
You don't have to clap for that. It's okay.
Yeah, y'all can try again. This is my friend Peyton Parker. Yeah, there you go. See, if it wasn't for Peyton and her family, I probably wouldn't even be here right now. See, back about a little over 10 years ago, going on, 11 years for you. Yeah, 11 years ago, Peyton and her family moved to Nashville that January, I think it was. And they were kind enough, we've been doing music in Atlanta together for a little bit, and they were kind enough to say, like, you know, we think you could do something here too if you wanted to move up here. We got like a spare room. I transferred my job, had a place to crash, and we wrote some songs, we played some shows, and we're still here. They haven't kicked us out yet, so. This is one we wrote that eventually ended up on my first record. But we used to sing it a lot with Peyton singing the lead, which is what we're going to do tonight. Do you remember the intro? Remember we kind of started slow? You want to do that, or we just want to go right into it? Okay, so this is a song we wrote together almost 10 years ago called The Braver Man.
There's a man I know, and he haunts me like a ghost. Reminds me of my promise in the dark. He's standing at my door. I can't answer anymore, 'cause it's he who holds the key to my heart. Yeah, it's he who holds the key to my heart. But if I could, you'd be the one I'd choose. My best intentions always turn to bad. And when I think of what it is I lose, I'm not so sure if I could live without. Your sweet melodies are like my favorite song. I fall asleep to dream along to it too. But when I try to sing, it just comes out wrong. And the music always seems to fade away so soon. reminds me of my promise in the dark. Standing at my door, I can't answer anymore, 'cause it's he who holds the key to my heart. It's easy to see, it's easy to see, you're the braver man. That makes it harder for me to keep myself away. But it's for your sake that I won't hold your hand and be the last bad memory that led you astray. There's a man I know and he haunts me like a ghost, reminds me of my promise in the dark. Standing at my door, I can't answer anymore, 'cause it's he who holds the key to my heart. There's a man I know and he haunts me like a ghost, reminds me of my promise in the dark. Standing at my door, I can't answer anymore, 'cause it's he who holds the key to my heart. Yeah, it's he who holds the key to my heart. It's easy to see you are the braver man.
There it is. Peyton Parker, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Got one for you, too. All right. I'm going to try this one. Just because, Peyton's working on planning a wedding. And I haven't played this one in a long time. I'm amazed I remember it all. But this is one you will not normally hear in a John Latham set, for the 2 or 3 of you who have been to a John Latham show. But it's another one me and Peyton wrote many, 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 many years ago. Think of you and me as different as two could ever be, trying so hard to find a place to call our own. Up against the wall, and even if we fall against it all, it's better to stand as two than standing alone. Remember me, wrap your finger with some string. You can call on me, you can tell me anything. Trying to light a fire in the dark, waiting for someone to light the spark. Yeah, we'll sit back and remember how, when we look at it years from now. thought that we could be as close as two could ever be. I know I don't have to wonder, you'll be there when I call. Laughter turns to tears, the minutes turn to months and then to years. To think that it's a miracle we ever met at all. Follow me, I'll be there wherever you land. You know you can count on me. Be the place where you can stand. Trying to light a fire in the dark, waiting for someone to light the spark. Yeah, we'll sit back and remember how, when we look at the years from now. Trying to light a fire in the dark, waiting for someone to light the spark. Oh, trying to light a fire in the dark, waiting for someone to light the spark. We'll sit back and remember how, when we look at it years from now. Throw some dust off that one. All right. Got time for a couple more here. You know, back when Dee's first opened, there was a pipe organ on this wall. And they only had like two. They had a red light and a blue light. There's a pipe organ on this wall. And Daniel Walker would just laugh his ass off behind the bar while I was back there on the pipe organ playing Neil Young songs, singing like Michael McDonald. I like to think of that when I see that that's where we're sitting our guitar cases tonight. Saint Stephen, can you hear me? Though it seems I caught you surly. Yes, it's late, but it's still early, as it's now another day. If my wishing sounds like bitching, you can change the nomenclature. The better angels of my nature have all run off and flown away. And tonight they'll play the blues down in Chicago. But I bet you'll never guess the reason why. But if you have a song I can borrow, I'll gladly sing it till the day I die. Are we living or are we dying? These days the difference is beyond me. wishing he was still around. You were heroes in your past lives, both martyrs to your Savior. So let him in on good behavior. Now his paradise is found. I hear ZZ Top playing Jesus left Chicago. I see him and Handsome Johnny as they wave bye-bye. They left us with some songs we can borrow. We'll gladly sing them till the day we die. If you're still there, thanks for listening. One more thing before I forget. Feels like death is at my doorstep, some other impending doom. I'm not impatient, I'm complacent. So just answer me in honest. Is this the heaven I was promised, or just another hotel room? And I know that love goes hand in hand with sorrow, and it takes a flood to make the white dove fly. So I write myself a song to sing tomorrow. I'll gladly sing them till the day I die. I'll gladly sing them till the day I die. Saint Stephen, can you hear me? Saint Stephen, can you hear me? Saint Stephen, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? All right. So I think I want to do, if it's okay with you, well, we can end the stream. I want to do one just for these guys. So good.